start out with health, happiness, and healing right here. I release and I let the spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more strife. By faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. I release and I let go. Let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide, and I'm only for God. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. I release and I let go. I let the spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find your heart, let yourself simply. We can all know everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us here. It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us. So we have a wonderful program planned for you. We have about 4 hours, so sit back, No, it's not going to be that long, everybody. If you found yourself here, it's not by accident. There are reasons that are far beyond your understanding why we're here, especially with this week and what's going on in the world, right? Isn't it wonderful? There's transformation happening. Yes, and we're in the midst of it. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. But what we're going to do is what we do every Sunday, and we start with our vision mission statement that's up on the screen, if you'd like to repeat it with us. It says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. And we have some announcements this morning. And my announcement person is running a little bit late, so I'm going to use my phone to prompt me because I didn't print anything out this morning. So let's see. Upcoming events, announcements. Abundance and Prosperity class starting soon. Sign up now. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. Kick off Thanksgiving weekend and the holiday season by expanding your prosperity consciousness. This transformative abundance class will start Sunday, November 24th, and run through January 2nd, guiding us into 2025 with a focus on gratitude, Deborah Perdue, abundance, and spiritual growth. We'll dive into the Abundance book by John Randolph Price and Edwin Gaines' 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity to explore principles of abundance and prosperity. Sign-up sheet is available in the back, and you can see me if you need any more details. This is the John Randolph Price Abundance book, and for the first 20 people that sign up, it's a free copy, but we ask that you commit to every Sunday during the process is meeting us after service. The 40-day prosperity program is in here, where every day during the 40 days, you'll write, there's an affirmation to read, and then you'll write about it, just a couple sentences on how you feel, and you can even write, I'm not feeling anything today. But at least you're reading it, because that puts it in your consciousness. And here's the clincher. If you miss a day, you start over. Took me 6 months to get through my first 40 days, but that's the beauty of it, is all of a sudden it becomes part of your consciousness, and watch the abundance flow. So there's that. Let's see, where was I? Before I rudely interrupted myself. Upcoming events, we're having a community forum on December 1st, Sunday at 12 noon, right in here. We'll meet for just a few minutes to just talk about what's coming up in 2025 for us, what events we're planning, or if you have any concerns or suggestions, it's a place to meet with your board of trustees and just talk about what's going on. We also have a suggestion box in the back. If you'd rather remain anonymous and you have something you want to say to us, let me know. And then my business card's in the back, and it has my cell phone number on it. You can text me or call me or email me. I am open, and we may not act upon all your suggestions, but we do hear them. Ongoing events. Metaphysical book study happens every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:45 in our LEC building. And after that, we have a meditation that runs from 9:50 to 10:05, facilitated by the practitioners over there. Also, today we have a AA meeting that's starting in the LEC at 6 p.m. So if that's your thing, meet us over there. The LEC building is the building just adjacent to this one. We have our offices and a meeting room over there. We're going to have a new AA meeting. So if you're into that awareness, please meet us over there at 6 p.m. today, and that's going to be an ongoing thing. It's starting. I'm very excited. Recovery is a big part of what we teach in life, and if you're into that sort of thing, we would love to have you meet with us anonymously, as they say. Let's see, what else do we have? Tai Chi is still meeting. Are you guys, anybody doing Tai Chi? Okay? It's on Tuesdays from 10 to 11. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. Please get your name on there. It's $15. It's a love offering, and part of the proceeds does go towards our roof. And our book of the week is The Foundation of Mysticism. Incredible book. It's 20% off in our bookstore after the service. You can see Roxanne, and she will direct you towards this book. And our Science of Mind magazines have not arrived yet, so please stay tuned. They are, I'm sure, in pursuit right now. Let's see, flowers today. I think Deborah Perdue brought our lovely flowers. Let's hear it for Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. And if you would like to offer flowers on a Sunday morning, you can see Deborah Perdue, and she'll show you how we do that. Anybody here for the first time? I think we have a couple first-time visitors. If you just want to put your hand up for a second, we have a little gift for you. And we want to welcome you here. I know you have a lot of places you could go on a Sunday morning, but you found yourself here. This is no mistake. Like I said, we've been expecting you, and thank you for not disappointing us. And Science of Mind magazines are not in yet. They're on the way. They're on the way. And let's see. Anybody have a cell phone? Anybody have a, nobody? Oh, good. Put them on buzz or vibrate so that God doesn't call you in the middle of the service. We just like to remind people, because sometimes at the most inappropriate time, your dog will call you or something like that. Dog, God, same thing. And let's see, what else do we have? We have all sorts of stuff. If you'd like to receive our weekly email that has all of our events on them, there's a sign-up sheet in the back to get on our weekly email list. Please stand as Dave leads us in singing, "We Are One." Shall live in harmony.
That part I do remember. Good morning. Welcome to the Grant Craft Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Janet Moray. I am honored to be your podium practitioner today. So please join me in reading the gratitude, and it should come up on the screen. There we go. How grateful I am to feel the connection of all and thrive. Like that? So what is a practitioner and what do we do? Basically, we pray. In the seat back, am I there yet? Yes. There are papers like this. If you wish to have a prayer, you can either put it in the plate that comes around the donation plate or in the box in the back for prayer. And we will pray for you for a whole week. And then, once your prayer demonstrates, in other words, it is answered, then we like to hear about that so that we are knowing that the prayer is working and that you're knowing that the prayer is working. Prayer is amazing. Our table practitioner today is Deborah Perdue. You will hear us referring to her often on the podium. She is the author of wonderful gratitude books. So let's read the prayer together. That should come up here. It is, I see it. Okay. I am apt to embrace the lavish, unfailing abundance of the universe that we live in, and go with the natural flow and the greater good within it. Now we're going to sing I Am Loved, and you may feel free to do that. Enjoying this absolutely gorgeous day again. You are so blessed. I'm getting prompted in the back. So, since we're looking outward today with our abundance, I actually was going to get a dance team here, but we couldn't get them quite at the last minute. So we're turning outward to our relationships this week. And our relationships are the most important thing, as far as I'm concerned, to our lives, including our relationship to ourselves. So what I'd like to do today is to share with you the writing that Dr. Roger Teal did. It's on page 80 in the November Science of Mind. Dr. Teal's words include connecting with everyone. That is a lot more abundance. Does anybody feels like dancing when the music comes back on? Go ahead. Our hearts connect in oneness. Years ago, I saw a movie filmed in the late 1930s called Lost Horizons. I know there are a few of us in here who know that movie. Was about a group of plane crash survivors who were stranded in the Himalayas. Miraculously, they met a guide who gives them warm clothing, then leads them on a journey not particularly far, but difficult. And I kind of liken that to our journey. They find themselves trekking up steep, icy paths, all linked together by a long, well-knotted rope. The combined strength of the group would have any one of the travelers who might slip and fall. Sure enough, they were led to a valley hidden deep within the mountain, a land of eternal contentment, where gentle people live together generously and harmoniously, and it's called, anybody know? Shangri-La. It's apparent that humanity is currently navigating some particularly slippery slopes. Our extensive challenges are produced by mindsets of fear, separation, hostility, limitation, and inequity. We have learned enough from the needless suffering. It is high time to tap into the possibilities of realized oneness. Those travelers in Lost Horizon had three things going for them: a shared belief that they would make it, a spirit of givingness of the good of the total group, and an unambiguous connection uniting them. In these ways, a higher course is being charted for our centers of spiritual living, published by publishers of the Science of Mind magazine. They are available normally in the bookstore. We heard Reverend Steve say earlier that they haven't quite arrived yet. Marvelous magazines. We are bound together in a sacred and committed action. We are circulating our spiritual gifts together. The Bible predicts that each one of us here is here on earth for such time as this, here to participate in the momentous quest to radically enhance the quality of human consciousness and livingness. Our journey will be blessed to the degree that we link up in togetherness, deep believing, and generous sharing. To this end, I invite you to open your hearts to share generously at this time. And remember, Shangri-La is so much more than fiction. It is the magical terrain we always discover when our hearts connect in oneness. Thank you. And now we're going to have some special music. And then we will have Reverend Steve's inspiring and wonderful talk. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to take you back to 1972. That's the year I graduated from high school. Well, I'm showing my age now. In case you want to know, I'm 70 plus 10. But anyhow, you know, back in 1972, they had a lot of stuff going on back then. They had the Vietnam War, and everybody was kind of going crazy about that. Anyhow, this kind of song just kind of opened my eyes. And it goes like this. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings, well, they'll disappear. Here is that rainbow I've been a-praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. That's right. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been a-praying. Bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. From the top, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings now disappear. Here's that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. It was that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, cha-cha-cha. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dave. Just do a little moving and stuff. So, how's your week been? Turn that frown upside down. Yeah, it's been an interesting time, and would like to let you know that we have our bumper stickers for sale. $5 in the bookstore that helps support our roof fund. We're almost there. We're like $700 away. I'd like to announce, thank you, yes, $20,000. We paid off the roof. You guys paid off the roof. And at the Halloween party, we raised $1,500. About. And of course, some of that went to the band. You know, you got to pay off your entertainment so that you have an experience. But so November, the theme is a bun dance. It's Thanksgiving, and you're going to have some rolls. You're gonna get, yeah, you're going to have some food. You're going to break bread with some people you love. So, what a week it's been. You know, what do we do when things don't go exactly as we planned? Or maybe they do. What do you do when things do go exactly as you planned? Be grateful. Thank you. You know, chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. We continue. Don't check out. It's actually a spiritual call to check back in, to go deeper. Double your spiritual practice. Or develop a spiritual practice if you don't have one yet. Or change your spiritual practice if you are doing a practice that's not working for you. But we're being invited to shift. And some people don't want to go. And that's okay. We're all in a different place in consciousness. You know, there are as many worlds as there are people in the world. So what do we do when we're faced with a challenge? What type are you? Are you the one that withdraws? Yeah, that's me. I take my football and go home. I'm not going to play my way. It's the highway. But you know, I got lonely alone at home. So you got to, you know, it serves a purpose. Maybe you want to go have a little cry. That's okay. Crying is healing and revealing. But there comes a time when we begin to look for the blessings in things. When we go, okay, this too is good, this too is God, and I demand to see the blessing in this right here, right now. You ever stomped your foot at the universe? Be careful, because when it stomps back, I felt the earth move under my feet. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Or do we stay down? Do we crawl away and lick our wounds? Whatever your perspective is right for you. This isn't a right or wrong or good or bad. We are walking through a CTE. Just like the pandemic, a CTE, a collective transformative experience. How's your CTE going? How's the entertainment? How's the catering at your event? Taking good care of yourself? You get enough rest? Get enough sleep? Come on, you're not. Are you a 4 a.m.? I'm a 4 a.m.er. My committee meets about 3:30 or 4 to wake me up and let me, discuss, the world and the events and how to do things differently. And, there's something new that's being born through our challenges, through our triumphs. Being a light worker isn't for the light-hearted. It's for the enlightened to be called up. See, we're all being called up to higher consciousness right now. And that resistance you feel, that uncomfortableness, is you don't want to go. You want to resist, don't you? I don't want to play. I don't want to play. Well, instead of resisting, respond with love. That's our motto here. Respond with love. And it's tough during challenging times, isn't it? But if you're here, you have a talent. You have a gift. You are something special. There has been no energy like you created in this world, and there will never be again. You are a one of a kind. You have a talent to flourish. No matter what the universe puts in front of you, you make lemonade. That's just what we do. We may be knocked down, but we don't stay down for long. Do we? Maybe you get kicked into the next plane of existence. That's okay. I needed a trip. I was looking for a vacation when I found this one. So, you're the right person at the right place at the right time right now to be experiencing this, whatever this is. Do you know how much spiritual coin you had to pay to be here right now? Do you know how expensive it is to consciously be here experiencing this? You're like, I paid for this? Wait, I want my money back. We will gladly refund your challenges at the door on the way out. But while you're here, everything always works out for me. Okay, go ahead and say that. Everything always works out for me. If you were going to shuffle off this coil, you'd have done it a long time ago, my friend. You'd have checked out when you didn't get the right allowance money from your parents or something like that, I mean, we've all had some adversity. But somehow, we have triumphed, haven't we? Exactly. Thank you. Confirmation. Again, I pray knowing this too is good. This too is God, and I demand to see the blessing in this, right here and right now. The universe is for us, never against us. So, my talk today is more buns to share. You can buy 1 or 2 buns, but they come in a multi-pack for a reason. Now, if you sit down and eat the whole pack in one sitting, then, you might want to, talk to somebody about that. There are groups for that. So what's your favorite kind of bun? Gluten, gluten-free, buttery or dairy-free? However you want it is your choice. Just like nobody can pick your favorite color for you. It's your favorite color. You get to decide. So this month we're talking about prosperity. And in Edwene Gaines' book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, we're going to address those. So what are the 4 spiritual laws of prosperity? Does anybody know? You all know, okay. Number 1, gratitude's in there, but it's later on the list. Number 1, you must tithe 10% of all you receive to where you have received your spiritual food. And we'd love it to be here, but wherever you're getting your spiritual food, you need to support that. so that others can find it, be it a book or a movie or a waitress or a center or whatever is yours. You need to seed that. A good farmer takes 10% of their crop to reseed next harvest. If you plant or sell all of your stuff, you're not going to have anything to reseed, right? So you keep that 10%. I mean, you tip your waitress 20 these days. So are you a tipper or a tither? It's up to you. Number 2, you must set clear-cut, tangible goals. You must have a purpose. What is your function? What is your purpose? And it doesn't have to be some big, I'm going to heal world hunger, although it could be. And I support you in that. But maybe it's just, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Or I'm going to be on the side of love today. Or what have you. It's yours to decide. Again, we in this teaching, we don't tell you, what to do. We teach you how to think differently. Change your thinking, change your life. Number 3, forgiveness. You must forgive everyone all the time, especially yourself. Start with self-forgiveness. Can you be forgiving for giving to yourself? We are hardest on ourselves, aren't we? We beat ourselves up. And it's not productive, it doesn't do anything. So number 4, you must seek, discover, and follow your divine purpose. Not only have goals, but a purpose. So, tithe, goals, forgiveness, and purpose. I would say gratitude's in there too. Because if you're not grateful, once you become grateful, you've told the universe that it's already happening in your life. And the universe goes, oh, all right, he thinks he already has to get very busy to make it happen for him because he believes this stuff. And on Sunday, November 24th, after our service, we'll be launching our 40-day prosperity program, unexpected income program, and pledge program for the year. And if you'd like to get a head start on the pledge program, there's a white card in the seat backs that if you'd like to tell us how much you're going to give for next year, it helps us to plan for next year. And what it really says, and we don't send you a bill. If you say I'm going to give $12,000 for the year, we don't okay, you're kind of getting behind in your payments. We don't track that. But what it says to the universe is this is what I expect up and beyond my normal income. And what that says when you believe it is that you will prosper even more than you thought. It's really a contract between you and the universe. Now, what if you were to tithe, which means 10, tithe 20%, like you do to your waitress? What if you tithed 50%? What if you tithed 100%? I'm just saying, the universe will get very busy showing you how prosperous you can be when you believe it. So this month, we're exploring how to rise in consciousness, to bless our lives and the lives of those around us. This year's Center for Spiritual Living theme is a grand rising. Abundance consciousness is that grand rising in mind. And all of our centers across the world are sharing this same theme. Abundance is all around us. Look at the leaves on the trees. Could you count all the leaves on one tree? Because while you're counting, there's more dropping off and there's more being created. Even if you don't see them on the tree, they're in the branch getting ready to come out. How about a beach? One beach. If you were going to count every grain of sand on one beach, back up the truck, I want to count the grains of sand on a beach. It's just, come on, boggles the mind. But look how much abundance there is in that. When we believe in our worthiness and the abundance that surrounds us, we attract positive experiences and opportunities into our life. If you are concentrating on worry and how bad it can be and isn't it awful, and the universe always says yes to every question. Yes, yes, let me show you how much worry you can have, and then you get more challenges. But when you say, you know what? I'm going to turn my back on my worry. Not to deny it, but not to give it any more power. I want my power to be on how beautiful my life is. Can you find one little thing that's beautiful in your life? You got in your car today and you turned the ignition on if you drove here. You turned something on. You turned your body on to get here. That's a blessing. That's a miracle. You did it. As we explore the ideas of abundance this month, we turn towards our relationships. How do we approach the abundant universe we live in? Are we complaining about what happened? Or are we observing with love? And it's your choice. Instead of fighting and resisting, let's embrace and recognize how going with the natural flow benefits us. It doesn't mean that we approve of everything. It means that we're not part of the problem. I do not want to be part of the challenge. I want to be part of the solution. So our work right now is to keep our metaphysical and spiritual balance. Hey, a world that works for everyone requires us to begin to understand our interconnectivity and reliance on the universal principles and in nature. Now is a really good time to take a walk in nature. Spirit is not invested in one single person. It's in all people. It's not in one political party. It's beyond all political parties because it is all political parties and none at the same time. Because we are into this thing called New Thought and metaphysics, we have a secret sauce. I call it a Gimo sauce. Gimo sauce. Gimosas. Gimo sauce. Special sauce. God is my only source and supply. Or you can say, good is my only source and supply. Or goddess. But you, or your job, or politics, are not your source and supply. And when we put all of our eggs in that basket and take the training wheels off and our basket falls over, we cry. We spilled all our eggs. God is your only source and supply. You need to redirect your energy towards what you believe, not in the appearance. We need to change the appearance to change the outcome. So, what if everything worked out for you? What if there's a miracle that's happening as who and what you are right now, and we're just not aware of it? You know, this thing called abundant universe, abundance. We are so gifted that we can change our minds instantaneously. Are you stuck in a mindset? Well, change that stinking thinking. Our human nature turns us towards competition, which is a limited supply, instead of considering how working together we can create more for everyone. There's really only one of us here. There's only one thing happening. It is Source outpicturing as the billions of countless life forms that we find ourselves in. You know, if you look at the root of the aspen tree, there's only one root underground, one big source. And from that, all these little trees are coming up called the aspens. But there's only one root system. We're the same way. My dad described it like this. You take a piece of paper and you put 5 holes in it and you stick your fingers through. And on this side, you see the individual fingers. But on this side, they're connected to the hand. See, we're all interconnected. Everything is interconnected. You cannot be interconnected. Now, we can pretend that we're not. We can go off and have a little experience by ourselves, but we're still connected. Just like your cell phone has to have a source, it has to have a provider, or it's just a paperweight. Don't be a paperweight. Now, you can pretend that you don't have a source. That's okay. You can hide your light under a bushel. You can run, but you cannot hide. You know, spirit always wins because it doesn't take sides. Because spirit is all sides. Change your thinking, change your life. So how do we change our thinking when we're stuck in a rut? When we continue to think the same things over and over again. A rut is a grave with the ends kicked out. We need to pull ourselves up and out of that, don't we? Transcend. We are more than this. Because there's not a spot where God is not. Where am I operating from a sense of lack and limitation? This isn't to judge you. This is just reflection of where have I been limiting my thinking. And once you find it, don't poo-poo the woo-woo. You are a spiritual being attached to the source energy of all that is. And your gift is to hold the light high so that other people can see their way. We are all light workers. And you are a minister. You are a minister of whatever your ministry is. What's your ministry? What is your ministry? What are you here to do like nobody else's business? Maybe it's be a mechanic. I don't know. If that's your ministry, God bless you. I need my car worked on here and there. But that's not my ministry. But I know ministers that can do that. There are places that you can have your oil changed. I don't have to get my hands dirty. I can do it if I want to. I've done it before. I just like paying somebody else to do it. So what's your ministry? Where are you doing your work? And do you work from that sense that you are enough? Because you are. And if you want to pick up a new ministry, study a new ministry. That's how you change your thinking. You look to something different. Be alert for ways that small acts of sharing freely from your abundance can benefit others. Because if there's only one of us here, let's stop the separation. There's a lot of energy right now about us and them, and there's only us here. Them is an illusion. People that think differently are you. They're part of who and what you are. You can't change anybody's ideas, but you can change yourself about the ideas that you have. And that in turn changes the situation. You know, you can't change whatever happened to you in your childhood, but you can change the energy you have about holding it as a negative. Again, this isn't to condone any challenging situation that you may have had, but it's not to give it any more power. Don't you want to change your past? Because when you change your idea of the past, you change your idea of the future. All of a sudden, you let go of all that negative energy, and you must fill it with positive energy. That's why we do affirmations. That's why we do prayer work. So in conclusion, in a culture that teaches that there's not enough, and you have to ensure that you get your share, it can be challenging in our teaching to understand that we live in an abundant universe. But this is why we're here right now. You are being called to expand your consciousness. Now, you don't want to go? I don't want to go. I don't want to stop playing right now. And that's okay. You know, Mom always gave me 5 more minutes. And then I could change my thinking. So how do we do this? It's through our spiritual practices. Again, if you don't have a spiritual practice, invent one. Walking through nature is a spiritual practice. Petting an animal is a spiritual practice. Working on your car can be a spiritual practice. Doing your laundry can be a spiritual... I know. God is, I am. God is, I am. God is, I am. Next towel. One way is to look for the evidence of abundance in our lives. Large or small, it doesn't matter. It is seeing the flow of abundance that changes our experience in this moment and beyond. So I would encourage you to keep the faith right now. Turn to a new spiritual practice. If your spirituality doesn't move you, move your spirituality. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Thank you. So it's time for us to follow our teaching and go within. So I invite you, whatever your traditional faith or idea about what is, to go there. I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the flowers or whatever takes you deeper. And let's remember who we are together. There is a power. There is a consciousness, a Christ consciousness, a source energy, a great spirit, a love that is always on. And as we turn our attention towards it, it is activated in a way that comes into our being and tingles our body and brings us exactly the things that we need in our lives. For as we are united with the power that creates, that power is activated in a healing and revealing way in our lives. As we turn towards the solution, the challenge, whatever it is, diminishes. Again, this isn't to deny a challenge, it's to not to feed it any more power. And when we feed the solution, we become the solution. And as we remember that we are the love of the universe made manifest, whatever situation you may be walking through, if you can continue to be the love within it, love begins to percolate up and out and into your life like a fountain, overflowing in a miraculous, loving, and kind way. Healing is happening right here and right now in this situation. I may not know what's going on with you, but I know that Source Energy knows exactly what's going on with you. And there are reasons for every situation. And as we turn into the love of the universe turns into us. Literally, we become the love of the universe made manifest, sending all the right cells in your body to the perfect places for ultimate healing, moving all the right connections in your metaphysical and conscious life for the perfect healing. The right people show up, the right people leave, the right situations are revealed in a miraculous, easy, and loving way. So we give great thanks for these healings, for whatever you're walking through. Something powerful is moving. And as we become part of the positive movement, anything unlike that is released back into the nothingness from which it came, thanking it. Yes, thanking our challenges for allowing us to wake up and to see life differently. And when we do that, life presents miraculous energy of healing as who and what we are experiencing. So I say thank you. Thank you. My heart overflows with the gratitude of the universe, and we are thriving in our experiences. Something powerful is transforming each one of us right here and right now. So it is easy to let go. Let go and let God. I release this into the living, loving power of the law, where it is already transformed by the renewing of our minds. And a miracle has now happened as who and what you are. So we give great thanks, letting it be as we affirm it together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, it's time for our offertory, so I invite you to take your offering and put it on your heart. If you're just offering your heart today, put your hand on your heart and let's recite this together. Feeling the abundance of life, I know I am prosperous beyond measure, and so I give freely and joyously, and so it is. Amen. Dave? Thank you, Dave. Let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in the world, and they allow this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and for those who may not even know it yet. And for that, this entire community, this city, this state, this United States, this world is prospered with love because of our giving. And so it is. Amen. All right, it's time for our closing song. Let's stand up and sing, shall we? Now, for our benediction, please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind, in my body, and in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have an awesome week, everybody. God bless.